Good afternoon. Give me one moment, please. All right. Looks like I am live, I think. There we go. So good afternoon, Carol Buckalew with Inky Stampers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I have a pretty little Mother's Day card for you today. And this was created with products from the Perennial Lavender suite of products. And that suite contains 2 bundles, stamp sets and dies, the Painted Lavender bundle and the Perennial Postage bundle. Hey, Sharon, thanks so much for joining. Good afternoon. And the Perennial Postage bundle, and I've used both bundles for this card. I've also used paper from the Perennial Lavender 12x12 Designer Series paper pack. And I've made quite a few cards with this so far, and I just, I can't seem to stop myself. But anyway, so this card is for the Happy Ink and Thursday blog hop, which is tomorrow. And we have a spring challenge for the hop. And so I think this meets the criteria. All these pretty flowers for spring, right? And Sharon, the blue bonnets are blooming now in Texas, aren't they? There's blue bonnets and there's Indian brush. Did I get that right? They're kind of a orangey flower. I don't know. I saw a photo the other day and it just looked beautiful. I'm calling this a fun fold. I can't say for sure that it is, but I'm calling it that because this card can be worked up either in landscape mode, which I did today, or in portrait mode. So all you need to do is just turn the card. Measurements are the same. The card base measures 7.5 by 5.5, and you would score at 3 1/4. And I've just simply placed some little panels of DSP here across the card on both of these cards. So I'm calling this, don't know if it's official, but I'm calling it a fun fold. Hi, Mary. Thanks so much for joining. Thank you. They're both blooming, definitely spring. Yeah, I got to see the blue bonnets in bloom when I was in Texas, and the stamp set, the paper and the stamp sets and dies are carrying over. Well, I'm excited about that because I was just mentioning, Mary, that I've made quite a few cards with this suite of products, and I just am in love with it. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of stamping to start off. I've got my envelope front here to do, and my inside, and my sentiment label. So let's do that. So I only used 2 ink colors on this card, Orchid Oasis and Fresh Freesia. The Orchid Oasis is in the particular pattern of paper that I used on the card. And I love this color. Oh, and I think it's going away. I think it's going away. And I just am in love with it so much. So let's do the sentiment in Orchid Oasis. And Happy Mother's Day is the sentiment. I haven't decided yet if I'm giving my mom this card or not. If she's listening, don't listen, Mom. I don't know that she's on, but yeah. All right, hopefully I'm not quite close enough to this, so hopefully I get it stamped straight. We'll give it a whirl. And sorry, I'm almost off screen there. Whoops. And that looks pretty good to me. We'll take that. And let me see here. And then for the inside panel, I've got another sentiment, which is all, and you know what? Almost did an oops there. My inside panel needs to be landscape, not portrait. So I'm glad I caught that, but I would have caught it because this particular sentiment that I used for the landscape card won't fit on the portrait size inside panel. So I would have caught on eventually. Let's see if we can get this straight. Okay, that looks good to me. And then I'm going to stamp, so the Painted Lavender stamp set is two-step stamping. And to be honest with you, I'm just using the tall kind of flowery sprig to stamp. And I'm going to open my second ink, which is Fresh Freesia. And the good news about these two-step stamps is they are super, super easy to line up. I mean, they basically don't line up. I did line up the stems on this wider flower stamp, and I forgot to re-ink my Fresh Freesia before this video, so hopefully I get some nice impressions. I'm trying to ink up my stamp here on the edge of the stamp pad, and I'm going to stamp this a couple of times just at different heights. Stamp it up one more time. And we'll get this side, and I'm just varying the height of my stamping here for, hi Faith. Thank you for joining. So was spring officially started today, right? I think so. I think spring started today. So that's good news. We had beautiful weather here a few days ago, and now it is, it's chilly again. It's not super chilly, but chilly enough that you need a jacket for sure. All right, I'm just going to get my envelope here while I've got the Fresh Freesia going. And I'm just going to stamp that image twice. Hey, Karen, thanks so much for joining. Glad you're here. All right. I'm going to close that Fresh Freesia up before I get messy. And then we're going to go into the Orchid Oasis. And so there is a stem that runs up both of these stamps. And I just did my best to try and line up kind of that stem with the wider image. And as far as I can tell, it does not really line up like exactly with the wider image, but it just kind of overlays, and it's very pretty, I think. I really like, and when that Orchid Oasis, it'll dry a little bit lighter. Let me go ahead and get my inside panel done here. Hope everybody's having a good day. Interesting, but my card for Friday will be in purple as well. I kind of like purple. Can you tell? I was working on that card earlier, my Friday card. I have a couple of appointments tomorrow and Friday, so yeah. Alrighty. So that is our inside panel done, and we've got our envelope done. I'm going to just set those aside for a minute and grab our card base, and we'll go ahead and get the DSP panels on. Now, I did cut these panels so that they would the patterns would line up. So you need to determine if you're making this card in landscape or portrait before you cut your DSP, because this DSP is most definitely directional. If your DSP is not directional, then you don't need to worry about it. This definitely is. So when I made this portrait card, I made sure to get my DSP in the right direction. So just be aware of that. And I'm going to put this little top piece here on first. Let me grab my glue. Oh, thanks, Sharon. I know. I would have liked to have made on stage And I'm sad that I didn't, because you all got to put your orders in already, and I have to wait. I have to wait now till April 2nd. But that's okay. I'm going to try to do next year in Raleigh, so that will be good. Give it my best. Alrighty. And when I put this down, I'm going to just look for that reveal all the way around. Whoops. And that's why I like to use liquid glue. I get a little bit of wiggle room. And then this purple print is also directional. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm leaving a reveal around this piece as well. Yeah, Karen, I'm definitely going to try to make next year. I talked to my husband and I said, what do you think? You want to go with me? So I said, what will you do all day when I'm occupied? He said, I'll bring my golf clubs. I said, there you go. So I think we're gonna drive down to Raleigh next year. Hopefully, God willing. Alrighty. So I recommend putting these two pieces on this front flap first. It just makes it a little bit easier. And then we'll get this last piece put on. Put it in my calendar now. Oh, you're going to get Wayne to come too. That would be fun, Mary. I think Wayne and Mark would get along very well. My husband is super laid back. He's not a, he's not a fancy guy, He's just an all-around good guy. Very laid back. Does Wayne like to golf, Mary? Mark would be thrilled if he had a golfing partner. They could go out and do their own thing. All right, so that's our DSP for the front. Let's get the inside panel on. So I did not mat these. You certainly could mat these, but I will tell you that this card is very mailable. One stamp would do this card. So, just keep that in mind. I mean, you certainly could mat up this DSP. You'd have to take it down a little bit on both sides to accommodate the mats, but certainly would be doable. It's just going to make the card a lot heavier. And we'll get our inside panel here. And I'm trying to line those sides up as best I can. And I want to make sure that my panel's not showing. It's not. So I think we're good. I'm a little low there. Oh, whoops, a little low on that end. All right, that looks good to me. So this is coming together quite quickly. And then I did pre-die cut. I did a little bit of coloring. So I die cut this image out of Pretty Peacock, which is what the card base is, Pretty Peacock. This little sprig was die cut from white cardstock. I was just trying to keep down the number of color cardstocks that I used for the card. So I did white on this one, and then this one was pre-stamped with the two-step stamps that I used for the inside of the card, and then I just used the coordinating die to cut that out. When I was putting my pieces on, it's helpful if you can kind of mark the center of your card, because when you put these stems on, they're all going to kind of point down to that center point, and then they're going to go off to the left. And so I'm going to glue them. Am I going to glue them down first? Let me see here. Actually, I'm going to hold that in place, and I'm just going to take my paper snips and just cut that end off. And I'm going to do the same here. And this sprig was colored in with Lost Lagoon and Berry Burst, which are also colors in the paper. So it goes nicely. And I'm going to cut that little stem off as well. Get it out of there. They don't want to get out. And then this one is definitely tall enough. Actually, I'm going to bring that one up just a tad, because my sentiment label will cover it. I'm trying to get a hold of this here with my snips, or my tweezers rather. If he doesn't golf, that's okay. I just thought if he did, that would be great. if he came along. All right. I'm just putting glue on those stems about halfway up. And that would have been too long. That's why I needed to cut the end off. And this one is a little delicate. And so I am going to put some glue there about on that middle flower, just to keep it from getting crimped. And I'm going to kind of angle that one over, just like that. And then we'll get this one down. And this one, I think I want to, let me grab my sentiment. I think, yeah, this one I'm going to just raise up a little bit. The sentiment label will cover the bottom of that. Give that a minute to stick. And then I'm going to grab some Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to just put a little bit here across the bottom center there. And grab some linen thread. So if you visit my blog today, oh, I've got a piece cut already. Good. See if this is long enough. If you visit my blog today, I've got information on my blog about the upcoming last chance product sale. So those are retiring products that are going to be going on sale very soon here, April 9th. So that last chance product sale runs from April 9th through April 30th. And so not everything is discounted, but some things are. And so you want to make sure to check out the retirement list. I've got the links posted on my blog for you. And we can go ahead and get our sentiment label here popped up with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And really exciting news is the new catalog comes out on May 1st for customers. So that is super exciting. Now, when I put my dimensionals on here, I'm not going to put any across the bottom here. Because this sentiment label is going to hang off slightly off the edge here of the card. So I just want to put dimensionals in the upper half here. So yeah, new catalog is out for customers on May 1st. I will be doing a pre-order on April 2nd. So that week, look for new product sneak peeks. That's always fun. Always exciting to get new products. And I'm just going to drop that down here. Just maybe about 1/4 of an inch. And there we go. So super simple, but lovely, right? It's just such a pretty set. I mean, you can't help but like this set. And so these are the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. And I'm in love with these as well. And I'm going to put some of these on our sentiment label, if I can get them to cooperate. Let's put one there. And let's put one down here. And I'll grab a small one, and we'll put that one up there. And that is the card all done. And all I need to do here is put some DSP on our envelope flap, and we are done. Oh, thanks so much, Faith. Yeah, I'm really in love with this suite. The paper is just gorgeous, and I've been seeing sneak peeks, you know, demonstrators that were at On Stage in Houston have been sharing, you know, their pre-orders. They got to pre-order before all the other demonstrators that didn't go to On Stage. And wow, the new products, wow. Lots of really good stuff coming. Alrighty. And so we have already, demonstrators have already had a chance to look at the catalog, right? A digital copy. And we can't share it with you all yet, but I was really surprised at the number of products that are carrying over. So lots of new stuff coming, but some favorites carrying over as well. And so that's good. And, you know, once the Last Chance product sale starts on April 9th, it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator, because not only can you add those Last Chance products to your starter kit, you then get, hey, Tara Beth, thanks for joining. Yeah, the catalog is awesome, I know. But you also get, you know, 20% off of future orders. So it's kind of a good time to join. So you might want to think about it, you know, if you've been on the fence, I'd love to have you come join my team. But yeah, good time to join. You know, add those sale products to your starter kit and then get 20% off your orders thereafter. So yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to me, inkybstampers@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me through my website as well, inkybstampers.com. So this is our card for today. Two more things I want to update you on. Paper Pumpkin this month is Delicate Wings, and you need to subscribe by April 10th if you'd like to get that kit. It looks awesome. It's butterflies. It looks beautiful. I've got information on my website, and you can see the flyer there as well. And then we have 2 new kits in the kits collection. You can find the kits in the online exclusive sections of the online store. And then 2 new kits are Your Day to Shine and Frog and Friends. Frog and Friends is kid-oriented, and it is so stinking cute. And it's a little game. And I think that the little frog and shark and fish can also be used maybe as gift card holders. So check it out. All the information is on my blog. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. After April 2nd, you can pre-order goodies to your starter kit too. Yep, definitely. Thank you, Mary. So we've got 2 landscape cards here. And then I also have done the portrait card. Same layout, same measurements, just a different orientation. Different sentiment on the inside as well. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, great little versatile fold. Thank you so much. You all have a great day, and I will see you all back here next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Take care. Bye-bye.